You stand on the jagged rim of the ruins. The darkness here is total. It feels heavy against the reinforced glass of your helmet. Your boots grip the cold stone. Beneath you lies the grave of a star. It is not truly dead. Nothing in space ever really dies. It just changes form. You check your oxygen gauge. It reads 90%. Plenty of time for a eulogy. You adjust the thermal controls on your suit. The heater hums a low complaint. It always struggles in deep shadow. You paid extra for the deluxe model too. Typical corporate marketing. But the cold helps you focus. You look out into the abyss. This was once a solar system. It was bright and loud. Now it is a monument to silence. You feel the ancient pulse beneath your feet. It is a ghost of gravity. The planet you stand on is dead. The sun it orbited is a black ember. Yet you are here. You hold the data pad in your gloved hand. It contains the letters. You wrote them yourself. They are not for any living person. They are for the void itself. You are begging the dead to hear you. It seems foolish to some, but you know better. The vacuum is a good listener. It never interrupts. You take a breath. The air inside your helmet tastes like recycled mint. You step closer to the edge. The sheer drop is dizzying. It goes down for miles. Down there lies the core. It is the corpse of the sun. You raise the datapad. You prepare to transmit. This is your first act of remembrance. It will not be your last. You feel a strange connection here. It is like visiting an old friend, a friend who has stopped speaking. You wait for a sign. There is only the dark and the cold and the heater complaining again. You smile despite the chill. You remember the pact clearly. It was made 10 years ago. You were all younger then. The explorers gathered in a messy canteen. The beer was cheap. The mood was serious. You all swore an oath. The star was dying. Everyone knew it. Most people fled the sector. They ran from the coming dark. But your group stayed. You called yourselves the Watchers. It sounded heroic at the time. Now it just sounds tired. But the promise held. You swore to honor the memory of this place. You would not let it be forgotten. History is easy to lose in space. It drifts away like smoke. You are the anchor. You recall the face of the commander. She was tough as hull plating. She made you sign the physical paper. No digital contracts for her. She wanted ink on the page. That paper is in a museum now, but the duty is here with you. You tap your helmet. The comms are open. You are alone on the surface, but the others are in orbit. They are watching your vitals. They are keeping the pact too. You feel their presence. It is a comfort. Space is too big for one person. You need a tribe. Even if your tribe is just a few crazy historians. You walk along the ridge. The dust is thick here. It clings to your boots. Every step kicks up a gray cloud. This dust was once rock. It was once magma. It has seen eons pass. You respect the dust. It has more patience than you do. You pause to catch your breath. The pact drives you forward. It is a heavy burden, but you carry it well. You are stubborn that way. Humans are famous for it. We cling to things that are gone. It is our best quality. You activate the long-range audio sensors. You tune them to the core frequency. The speakers in your helmet crackle. At first, there is only static. It sounds like rain on a tin roof. Then you hear it. Faint harmonics drift up from the deep. It is a low thrum. It vibrates in your teeth. This is the voice of the dead star. It is singing a dirge. The tone is melancholic. It is also beautiful. You close your eyes to listen. The sound is complex. It has layers of magnetic resonance. Experts say stars have heartbeats. This one is very slow. 1 beat every hour. You have to wait for it. The rhythm becomes hypnotic. It matches your own longing. You miss the light. You grew up under a yellow sun. This eternal night is taxing, but the sound grounds you. It is real. You adjust the volume. You want to hear every pop and hiss. The core is cooling. As it cools, it shrinks. The shrinking metal groans. That is the song you hear. It is the sound of settling. You record the audio sample. This is for the archives. Future generations will study this. They will know what a dying giant sounds like. It sounds lonely. You sympathize with it. You have been lonely too. The harmonics shift pitch. It sounds almost like a question. You whisper back. You tell the star you are here. The sound does not change, but you feel better. You keep walking to the rhythm. You reach the entrance to the vault. It is a crystal structure. It was built by the first colonists. They knew the end was coming. They wanted to save their stories. The door is massive. It is made of transparent polymer. It glows with a faint blue light. You touch the panel. It recognizes your biosignature. The doors slide open. They make no sound. The engineering is perfect. You step inside. The air here is preserved. You could take off your helmet, but you don't. Safety first. The room is lined with data crystals. There are thousands of them. Each one is a life. These are the forgotten stories. You walk down the rows. You trail a finger along the shelves. The crystals flicker as you pass. They react to your proximity. They are eager to be read. You stop at a random cluster. You pull a crystal from the rack. You slot it into your reader. A holographic face appears. It is a man. He looks tired but happy. He talks about his garden. He managed to grow tomatoes here, in the light of a failing sun. That is a triumph. It is a small victory, but it matters. You listen to his whole story. He was proud of those tomatoes. You put the crystal back. You pick another. This one is a child. She talks about her pet rock. She named it Rocky. Kids are literal like that. You chuckle softly. The sound echoes in the vault. You are surrounded by ghosts. But they are friendly ghosts. They want to be remembered. You are their witness. You spend hours here. You soak up the history. It fuels your mission. You move deeper into the archive. You are looking for the original logs. These are the prayers of the first crew. They were not religious people, but space makes you spiritual. You find the terminal. It is old tech. The keys are worn down. You plug in your Decatur. The encryption is simple. They wanted this to be found. The text scrolls on your screen. It is poetry. They loved this star. They called it the eye of the home. They thanked it for the warmth. They thanked it for the energy. They knew it was just fusion, but they treated it like a god. You read a message from the chief engineer. She speaks of the engine output, but between the lines is devotion. She kept the station running for the star. She refused to leave until the end. Her love is palpable. It makes your chest tight. You feel a kinship with her. You are both mechanics of a sort. She fixed engines. You fix memories. You download the prayers. You will broadcast them later. The world needs to hear this. Love is a powerful fuel. It burns longer than hydrogen. It outlasts the stars themselves. You finish the download. The terminal powers down. It seems to sleep. You leave the vault. You step back onto the gray plain. You follow a trail of markers. These are the pilgrim's path. The first colonists walked this route. They walked it to say goodbye. Their footprints are still here. The lack of wind preserves them. The dust has not moved in centuries. You place your boot next to a print. It is small. Maybe a woman. Maybe a teenager. The path leads to the high peak. It is a steep climb. Your legs burn. The suit is heavy. Gravity here is low but tricky. You stumble once. You catch yourself. You don't want to damage the suit. That would be a bad way to go. Tripping on a rock. You can hear your friends mocking you. You push on. The footprints are your guide. They wind around boulders. They skirt deep fissures. You imagine the people who walked here. They wore simple suits. They held hands. They were marching to a funeral. But they walked with heads high. You try to match their posture. You reach the summit. The view is commanded. You can see the curvature of the dead world. You can see the black sun. It is a hole in the sky. The footprints stop here. This is where they stood. You stand in their place. You feel the heat of their memory. It warms you more than the suit. You are part of a long line. You are the latest pilgrim. You hope you are not the last. You sit on a flat rock. It is time to write. You pull out the digital parchment. It is a screen that mimics paper. You hold a stylus. You want to write this by hand. Keyboarding feels too cold. This needs the messy human touch. You start to write. You address the letter to the ashes. You confess your hope. You confess your grief. You tell the star you are sorry. You are sorry you came late. You are sorry you missed the glory days. But you are glad to be here now. You write about the tomatoes. You write about the pet rock. You weave the stories together. The words flow easily. You don't overthink it. You let your heart speak. The stylus scratches on the screen. It is a satisfying sound. You pause to look up. The faint starlight from under systems helps. You mention the cold. You mention the silence. You tell the star it is still loved. That is the core message. You are not forgotten. You sign your name. You add the date. The parchment glows faintly. It saves the file. It feels like the star is reading over your shoulder. That is a silly thought. But you entertain it. You embrace the whimsy. Space is weird enough. Why not believe the star listens? It harms no one. You fold the digital pad. You secure it in your pouch. The letter is ready. Now you need to send it. But first you have a problem. The sensors on your wrist flash red. A storm is coming. Not a rainstorm. A void storm. Charged particles are sweeping in. They come from the unstable core. You have minutes to find shelter. You look around. There is no cave nearby. You are exposed on the peak. Panic tries to grip you. You push it down. Panic kills faster than vacuum. You scan the terrain. There is a small depression near the edge. It offers some cover. You scramble toward it. The wind picks up. It is a solar wind. It carries no sound, but it pushes against you. The dust begins to rise. It swirls in violent patterns. Your visor darkens automatically. The radiation levels spike. You dive into the depression. You curl into a ball. You cover your head. The storm hits. It is a silent fury. The ground shakes. Your suit alarms blare. You mute them. You know the danger. You don't need the noise. You recite the words of your letter. They become a mantra. They shield your mind. The storm rages for 10 minutes. It feels like 10 years. Then it stops. The dust settles. The radiation drops. You check your systems. Green across the board. You stand up. You brush the dust off. That was close. Too close. Your heart is hammering. You take a drink of water. It is warm and metallic. It tastes like victory. You climb down from the peak. You head toward the control center. This is where the Guardian lives. The Guardian is an AI. It has watched the sun for centuries. It is the caretaker. You approach the heavy blast doors. They open before you touch them. The Guardian knows you are here. You walk into the central chamber. It is filled with banks of servers. Lights blink in rhythm. A voice fills the room. It is soft and genderless. It welcomes you. It asks if you are hurt. You say you are fine. The AI sounds relieved. Can an AI feel relief? This one seems to. You talk to it. You tell it about the storm. It apologizes for the weather. It says the core is restless today. You laugh. You thank it for the warning. The AI hums. It enjoys the company. It has been alone for a long time. It shows you a projection of the sun. It shows the sun in its prime. It was a magnificent gold. You admire the image. The AI is a loyal servant. It refuses to leave its post. You respect that. You pat the nearest server bank. Good computer. It beeps happily. You feel steadier now. The Guardian calms you. You have a task to do here. You need to compose the requiem. You access the main console. You link your audio samples. You take the hum of the star. You mix it with the prayers. You add a simple melody. You key it in on the console. It is a sad tune, but it rises at the end. It turns into a major key. It signifies hope. You play it back. The room fills with music. The Guardian adds a harmony. It improves the track. The machine has soul. Who knew? The music swells. It vibrates the floor. It is a hymn of light. You are honoring the extinguished flame. You are giving it a voice again. You broadcast the signal. You send it through the local array. It travels across the emptiness. It will reach the colony ships. They will hear it in their bunks. They will pause their work. They will remember their origin. That is the goal, to touch distant minds, to bridge the gap. You let the song play out. The final note hangs in the air. It fades slowly. The silence returns. but it feels different now. It feels filled. You nod to the Guardian. It was a good session. You are almost done. You leave the control center. You head for the impact crater. This is where the core fragment lies. It was ejected eons ago. It sits in the center of the crater. It is a dense black rock. You slide down the crater wall. The gravel slides with you. You reach the bottom. The fragment is the size of a car. It pulses with heat. Your thermal sensors go wild. It is still alive inside. You approach it slowly. You can feel the energy. It radiates through your suit. You place your hand on the surface. It is smooth as glass. You feel a thumping. It is a heartbeat. It mirrors the rhythm of your own pulse. Thump, thump. You are synced with the star. It is a profound moment. You are touching the heart of the system. You are holding a piece of the sun. You whisper a thank you. You thank it for holding on. You promise to keep it safe. The Guardian watches from above. The cameras zoom in. This is the relic of the heart. It is the most precious thing here. You stand there for a long time. You just breathe. You let the heat seep into you. It chases away the cold of the void. You are fully charged. You are ready for the next step. You pull away. It is hard to let go, but you have to. You have a vow to keep. You climb out of the crater. You look back once. The stone glows faintly red. You return to your landing craft. It sits on a flat plateau. It looks small against the ruins. You check the cargo. You have the samples. You have the recordings. You have the letter. You stand by the airlock. You look up at the starless sky. You make a promise. You vow to carry this legacy. You will take it beyond this ruined system. You will share it with the galaxy. The promise rings in your chest. It feels solid. It is not just words. It is a mission statement. You are the ambassador of the dead. It is a strange job title, but it fits you. You enter the ship. You cycle the airlock. You take off your helmet. The air smells of ozone and sweat. You sit in the pilot's seat. You power up the systems. The engines purr. They sound like eager cats. You prep the launch drone. It is a small probe. It is loaded with your data. It carries the love letter. It carries the song. It carries the history. You type in the coordinates. You aim for the farthest horizon. You are sending this to the unknown. Maybe aliens will find it. Maybe future humans. It doesn't matter who. Someone will know. You press the launch button. The ship shudders slightly. The probe shoots out. It is a streak of silver. It vanishes into the dark. You watch it on the radar. It is flying true. It is a message in a bottle. The ocean is infinite, but the bottle is sturdy. You feel a weight lift. You have done your duty. The letter is sent. The love is released. You wait. You watch the screen. You are waiting for the handshake. The probe needs to clear the interference. It takes a few minutes. You tap your fingers on the console. Patience is hard. Then you see it. A signal bounces back. It is a simple ping. It means message received. Not by a person, but by the relay network. The system has accepted your gift. It is in the stream now. The echo returns home. It is a whisper of gratitude. You interpret it that way. The dead star is thanking you. You smile. You lean back in your chair. The job is done. The echo becomes a beacon. It will guide others here, or it will warn them. Either way, the story survives. You have defeated oblivion. That is no small feat. You deserve a snack. You open a ration bar. It tastes like cardboard, but you don't care. You are happy. You watch the radar blip. It moves further away. It is carrying your heart with it. You close your eyes. You are tired. It has been a long day, but you feel the warmth. It is not from the heater. It is from the memory. It is the internal light. The star lives within you now. Its fire is in your blood. The love you penned is real. It is bright as any sunrise. It will not fade. You are the keeper of the flame. You rest. You dream of gold light. You dream of tomatoes. You dream of a pet rock named Rocky. The universe is vast and cold, but you are warm. You are content. You are human. And that is enough.